Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, inshallah, today we're going to talk about table, for example, completion, how to complete, for example, the table in listening IELTS exam. And like yesterday, just to remind you that we studied actually some notes, tips, and instructions. Also, we studied a few techniques, for example, how to deal with listening. And also yesterday we talked about, like, for example, multiple choice questions. And we said that sometimes like they are going to use some tricks, for example, in order just to pick like a word and maybe the first answer, and actually then you will be surprised that your answer is going to be incorrect. And we said also that the three choices are going to be mentioned actually in listening. Maybe three or two choices are going to be mentioned. So actually the first thing that you might hear is not the correct answer, is not the correct answer. Also, we studied the how to complete, for example, the form. And we said actually form is an easy actually question, and usually comes in the beginning, task number 1, and you need to complete maybe dates, maybe numbers, names, addresses, and so on. We studied also some notes and some techniques, how to deal with the postcode, the addresses, how to write the, for example, how to write the names, the dates, for example, how to write the days, the months, and so on. So you need to return back to the video, or to the video that we have posted in YouTube. Today we'll talk about table completion. So in the IELTS exam also you'll be given a table, and you're supposed to fill it, just you complete according to what you hear or according to listening. So in this task, you will be given a table and asked to fill in gaps in that table. This type of question could appear in any section of the task. It is not like a form, because usually the form usually comes at the beginning, but here actually it can come, for example, in the beginning or at the end. In other words, maybe you can find a table in part number 1 or part number 4. And the answers will all come in order. So it means you're going to hear the first answer, and then the second, and then the third, and then the fourth. So it is not like they're mixed. So they are in order. So you need to do first question number 1, then the answer of question number 2 will be after, and then question number 3 is going to be after, and so on. There are some tips to help you when you're asked to complete, for example, a table. So first of all, predict the type of the word required based on the information on the table. Like, for example, if they will say date, try to direct, like, for example, your brain to focus on this area. Like, for example, if they say number, so you try to, for example, set your brain to focus on this area. Because if you put actually and activate your mind to focus only on a number, actually you're going to hear the number in a very easy way. But actually, if you make your brain actually, for example, maybe thinks wildly about, for example, other things, you can listen, but actually maybe in a way or another, you will miss something. So try to predict, for example, what is going to be, for example, in the space. Is it a noun? Is it a verb? It is a date? It is an address, and so on. Before actually, before you listen, try to read the questions. Try to read the things that you're being asked to answer, because you have a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds or 1 minute, to read actually before the audio starts. So you need to read as much as you can in order to understand what are you being asked to do. اوكي، ما هو المطلوب منك؟ شو هو المطلوب منك؟ لازم تقرأ، لا تنتظر للlistening حتى يبدأ، لأنه إذا بدأ مع بالله بعده خلاص. لكن حاول أنه تستغل الوقت المعطى لك، الثواني المعدودات هذه، بقراءة الأسئلة. Okay. Always note the word limit. This is very important. Maybe in the table you're asked to answer the questions, but actually you need to write 1 or 2 words. So if you wrote more, actually your sentence is going to be marked as incorrect. So you need to notice actually the word limit and focus on that. You may hear all the answers in 1 or 2 sentences. This is also very important. Like, for example, the answer for question number 1, 2, 3, maybe they're going to be in 1 sentence, like 2 sentences. They're going to say the answers one after another. So that's why you need to keep listening. Don't take like the first answer and that's it. Just take the first answer and then keep listening and focusing with the audio. All right, so answers in 1, 2 sentences. So don't wait for the next answer. Keep listening. This is very important. Keep listening. Take the word, take the phrase, take the answer. That's fine. But you need to actually keep listening. Take it and then you keep listening. Maybe they're going to change. Maybe they're going to say the second answer or the third one. So you're focused on. فأنت بمجرد ما تسمع الفكرة ككل راح تكون قادر على إجابة الأسئلة ككل. So what is the strategy for table completion? Number 1, read the instructions carefully and note the word limit. First of all, read the instructions and try to read what are you being asked, and also notice the word limit. They are asking you to answer in 1, 2, 3 words. Look at the table and try to understand it using information already provided. They will give you, for example, some titles. You need to read and try to focus on that. Pay particular attention to the headings, al-anawin. Try to focus on them. And then predict what you will hear. Also try to predict the type of the word you will hear based on the information. The part of the word, like for example, are you being asked, and the space needs maybe a word like it is a noun or verb, adjective or an adverb, and so on. So according to the space, you will know what are you being asked. Listen and fill in the gap with the correct answer. Listen and fill in the gap with the correct answer. Okay, so this is actually the timetable, or sorry, this is actually the table completion. Actually, you need to complete according to what you hear. And usually the words, maybe 1 or 2 words. And they will give you some headings and you read and then you fill, for example, the spaces.